Now, dog training. I've just given Riley a pill so he doesn't let me down. One of Stuart Linnell's, actually, so anything can happen. We spoke to her a couple of months back as her dog training business was just getting off the ground. Well, on Saturday, she's holding Talking Dogs Rally, TD rallies, from WatchMyChops.com, our friend Liliana Harbert. Now, Liliana, we'll come on to the sport in a second.
Sure.
But first, you have a new dog.
I do indeed.
Kevin.
Yes, Kevin, indeed. Do you like the name, Bernie?
Kevin the dog. Where'd you get him from?
We got him from Animals in Need in Little Erchester. Well, last Friday we got him, actually.
So he's new to the Harbert family.
Very, very new.
And how's he getting on with the other two? There's Finn and Susie.
Yes. I thought you might ask me that. And he's getting on very, very well with Susie. That's the German Shepherd cross. Because she doesn't tend to like small dogs.
Right.
But she does, and they get on really well. However...
Finn is a Basset.
Finn is a Basset.
Bassets know their own mind.
Oh, and he's very grumpy, very set in his ways, and he's struggling a bit, but we're working on it.
Do they fight? Does he bark at him?
Yes, they both growled at each other a couple of times, but it's all under control.
What can owners do to make it a smooth transition when introducing a new dog into a home when there is already a dog? Because that is a worry, isn't it?
It is a worry. You need to be very, very careful and watch them at all times. You can't take the gamble, of one of the dogs attacking the other. Baby gates are excellent because the dogs can see each other, but they can't get to each other. And
they get used to each other being in the same house at least, yeah?
I mean, absolutely, to start off with. I mean, like I said, with Susie, it was absolutely no problem. They actually sleep on the same bed, no problem at all. But if there is a slight issue, like with Finley, for example, if I'm not there, Kevin is created. And so I know that nothing can happen, to manage the situation well.
Is it two boys? Is that what the problem is?
I don't think so, no. It's not necessarily that. It's just, I think it comes more from Finley because he's 10 years old, he's set in his ways, he's a very, very, very laid-back chap, and probably the change has obviously upset him a bit.
Often it is that they are their owner's dog first, and they don't want anyone else coming in. It's like kids. Don't like anyone else coming in to steal their thunder, do they? Maybe,
yes. I mean, Finley, funnily enough, is more attached to my husband than to me, even though I look after him.
People have always said with Riley, when I've said I'd like another dog for him, most people say, oh, he won't like it, because he's so attached to me.
You've got a very strong bond, very, very strong. So, yes, you would have to be very careful how you introduce and which dog as well you choose to have.
You hear, Rouse? You'll be on your own forever because of your attitude. You're like me.
I think he's quite happy.
You'll be 15 on your own, Rouse. You don't want that. And we're talking about Kevin because if you go on your website, if you go on WatchMyChops.com, there's a competition. You have to identify the breed.
Absolutely.
He's a crossbreed, is he?
He is a crossbreed.
Now,
two breeds.
We used to call them mongrels, Liliana.
Oh, no, that's fine. I call myself a mongrel. That's fine.
But they call them in the dog world crossbreeds because that whacks an extra 200 quid on the price, doesn't it?
Bingo.
Isn't it? That's why they do it. And there's a picture of little Kevin. He looks very lovely there. He's chewing a little chapstick there, isn't he? Little leather hide stick there.
That's it.
And don't tell me if I'm wrong or right. Well, if you nod your head or shake it, and then I'll know, just for my own satisfaction. Because you've got to identify the breed on this competition here. I'd say that's a Jack Russell and a Corgi. I'd say that's a Jorgie. Is it a Jorgie? If you'd like to have a look at Kevin, it's watchmychops.com. I think you can rule 2 out. But you can't see how big it is, you see? He's a little fella, is he?
If I make it too easy, then,
No, he's a little fella.
He is a little fellow.
Well, a Jack Russell, certainly. There was a bit of Jack in there, I think. Could be a Shih Tzu. There could be a bit of Sue in there as well. I'm not sure.
We could be here all day.
I'm really not sure. Well, listen, have a look on watchmychops.com for that competition. TD rallies, Talking Dogs.
Talking Dogs Rally.
Dogs don't talk.
Don't they? Yes, they do.
This is based on an American model, isn't it?
Absolutely, yes. It came to the UK about now 10 years ago, but people still haven't heard much about it. And it's such a good, fun sport that I just want to try and promote it and encourage people to at least give it a go.
So what is it? It's like an assault course for dogs, is it?
I wouldn't call it assault. It's obedience-based, but with fun elements. Very often you see obedience competitions on television, or if you go to a trial, and it's all very serious, very harsh, in my view. That's my personal opinion. As we're Talking Dogs Rally, it's all about obedience, but more for a pet's perspective, if you know what I'm saying. It's just a little sit. They're not as harsh in judging it when you compete.
They've not got to jump over fences and go under tunnels?
There are different levels in Talking Dogs Rally, and level 3 might have a tunnel and a jump, but level 1, absolutely not. They're just a course with stations, and each station has got a sign on it, and that sign needs to be just done by the owner with a dog. For example, you can get a sign saying stop, which always means sit in the rally world, and then down. So you have to ask your dog to sit, and then put him in a down, and then carry on to the next station.
And it's rewards-based, isn't it? All your training is rewards-based.
Totally. In fact, if you are a little too harsh while you compete, you get points deducted, and if you carry on being harsh, then you get eliminated, a non-qualifier, and you're out.
Okay.
So you can talk to your dog, encourage the dog throughout the course, good girl, good boy, come on then. And it's really good fun, and people absolutely love it.
And harsh is what? Harsh is shouting? Harsh is yanking on the lead? What's harsh?
All of that. So if you shout at the dog because, for example, the dog isn't sitting, and you say, sit, that's harsh. If you jerk on the lead, if you push the dog for the dog to sit, or push him for him to lie down, all that is harsh. And obviously not allowed are choke chains, pinch collars, any aversive equipment.
Because those are the things that you don't use in rewards training, do you?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Reward means reward. The dog does something for you that you like, you reward it.
Does it mean food?
It does. It can mean food. Most dogs love food, so that's why we use it. Some other dogs, however, prefer playing with a ball or a stick or whatever it is, so you reward the dog with that at the end of either the course or the station. And
the benefits to the dog are what?
Well, the benefits are for the dog and the owner, because it keeps them both fit. The bond between the dog and owner becomes even stronger, because they both enjoy it so much that it's just natural behaviour for the dog, but at the same time, it's a really strong bond between both of them.
Some dogs are better than others, I would have thought, because your Basset, that is known for being quite stubborn, isn't it?
I was dreading that question.
Well, they are, aren't they?
I did compete with him. However...
Did they laugh at you, Liliana?
Yes, they did, indeed. I laughed at myself as well, because I just reached the point where, unfortunately, it was raining really heavily when he was due to start competing, and Finley doesn't do rain.
No.
So as soon as we stepped on the course, he just looked at me and said, if you think I'm going to do this, you're wrong. So I just said, okay, thanks and goodbye.
A dog's like Border Collie's quite good at it.
Excellent.
They get it more, would they?
Yes, the Border Collies are very used. They're working dogs, and they're very used to observing, obviously, because they herd sheep, so they're very much into hand signals, so they can be very, very good at that.
So retrievers and labs, probably using the same logic, would be quite good at it as well.
I mean, all breeds are good. I've seen little papillons compete, little border terriers. There's no restrictions on size, breed, age, anything at all.
I don't think the Schnauzer would be very good.
Yes, in fact, you should come along, Bernie.
That'd be ridiculous. Coming along, it's Great Oakley, isn't it? The village hall there.
It is, on the 22nd, this coming Saturday.
This Saturday, and it starts at 2:45. Do you need to book a place?
We do indeed, through our website,
which is watchmychops.com. There's a phone number on there, but if you're not webbed up, you might like to write this down, because there are other lessons that Liliana offers. 01536 712 499. 01536 712 499. Great Oakley Village Hall. That's where you operate out of, is it? Great
Absolutely.
Oakley?
We also have Wilbaston Village Hall on a Friday morning.
Very good. 2:45 this Saturday for Talking Dogs Rally. 01536 512 499. Any meat-based product on it you can give my dog? He responds to that. That's a no, Riles. Big Zippo. Thanks, Liliana.